Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Sick Moron. Shit, my hair is a mess, man. I'm gonna be showing my Marvel Comics collection, and hopefully I get to do this every year. And I'm just gonna show you the comics right now. So I have my comics all over here, my comic collection. I'm just gonna show you each one of them individually right now. So without any further ado, let's go. So first we have Secret Wars variant edition issue number 1. This is like one of my most favorite comics. In Multiverse of Madness, we hear Mr. Fantastic talking about an incursion, which is basically everything that's explained in this comic, and I really love this comic. Hopefully we get to see the new Avengers Secret Wars movie in a couple of 5 years. I just love the storytelling in this issue. It's just beautifully explained and you don't even get confused, and it's just so beautiful. It's visually appealing. It's really great. I love it. Just across those many heroes. I hope we get to see Secret Wars by at least 2026 or something. It's Miss Marvel season, and the new Miss Marvel episode dropping every week. What's a better way to celebrate that week than to actually read Miss Marvel comics? This is issue 16. I'm going too close to the camera, I'm sorry guys. I love this comic as well. It's just so simple and so cartoonish and relatable, and again, I love the small comics style. The storytelling is okay as far as it goes, but I just love how relatable Miss Marvel is, even in the comics, just like in the show. I love it. It's just a cool, fun comic. Next up, I know this is not really a Marvel comic, but it is by Marvel. Yeah, Marvel on here. This is a Comic Cave exclusive Star Wars Vader Down. I love Star Wars comics, and I love how the characters in the comics look exactly like their movie counterparts. This looks so much like Harrison Ford. I love these characters so much. Vader in this is so powerful, and I love it. And this is again my favorite comic. Up next, I have issue number 1, Venom. This is one of the most visually beautiful comics. I just love this. It's a nice run. I love it. This comic run is based on an old Eddie Brock, so that makes it very interesting. Eddie Brock's son becomes the new Venom and all that stuff. This is what the run is about. Next up, I have the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, issue number 6. I'm not really a fan of this one. It's kind of dull. I appreciate the artwork, but other than that, I'm not a huge fan of this comic book run. And the Sandman suit, I'm not really a fan of that. It's a decent comic. Up next, I have Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel team up. This is issue number 4. This is one of my most favorite comics. I actually love this duo, and I can't wait to see them in the MCU. Hopefully, Captain Marvel appears at the end of Miss Marvel. There's so many hints pointing towards it. This is about Carol Danvers convincing Kamala's parents to let her go and save the world. I just love the Miss Marvel comics. Like, they're so artistic and they're so colorful, and I love that. And the suits are amazing. I'm not a big fan of the Miss Marvel power change in the show, but after episode 2, I'm kind of like getting into it. Now I have the amazing Spiderman issue number 53.LR variant edition, Last Remains. I don't like this a lot. It's maybe because I've not read the previous issues before this, but I just kind of felt the visual was dull in this one. Other than that, I love the team ups, but I wish it could keep me more interested. For some reason, I'm not really enjoying this one. It's kind of okay to pick up and read once in a while. Next up, we have The Punisher, issue number 15. I love how violent this comic is. Like, I love the roster we have for this comic. We have like Ghost Rider, Black Widow, Moon Knight, and Punisher. I hope we get to see this in the MCU. Black Widow's dead. Yeah, but hopefully we get to see a Moon Knight and Punisher team up along with Ghost Rider. This would be great. The artwork in this comic is just fascinating. Like, it's glorifying. The pages are glorifying. I love it. And this is like one of my most favorite comics. It's really dark and it's really bloody. Hashtag it even says parental advisory over there. Next up, we have Doctor Strange, Carnage Arised. This is issue number 17. I'm always expecting Carnage in it. There's no Carnage anywhere. I don't think there's even a mention of him in this comic. Overall, this is an amazing comic. Regarding the fact that the cover might be a little bit misleading. Maybe I didn't read the other issues, but still, this is misleading for me because they showed Carnage over this. There's no Carnage in this issue, unfortunately. But I just love the characters that appear in this one. I think you should grab a copy of this. I'm not going to spoil it. This has some pretty good characters appearing in it. Up next, we have the Eternals, issue number 1 variant edition. I'm not a fan of the Eternals, but it's a decent comic to pick up. But I'm not really a fan of the Eternals. I mean, the movie was decent, but I don't really find myself rooting for this one. Up next, I have Khazar, which is like the Jurassic World of the Marvel Universe. This is a cool, dope comic. A sign of Marvel that I never thought I would see. Number 13 is basically Jurassic Park but made by Marvel. This is a cool comic. Pick yourselves up. The storytelling in this one is amazing. It should be available in stores. Khazar issue number 13. Up next is Marvel Zombies Resurrection, issue number 4. I love this comic. This is dope. Knowing that there is a new Marvel zombie show coming set in the MCU, I'm kind of pretty excited. The artwork in this is glorifying. One of my favorite. Just visually so appealing, and the storyline is so amazing. It's actually better than the What If Zombie episode. I'm not gonna lie. The character arcs in this one are good. So make sure to pick yourselves at least Marvel Zombies in Resurrection. So please do that. Up next, I have New Avengers issue number 24. This is set after the Civil War events. This is kind of okay. I'm not really a fan of this. It's kind of okay. Don't want to talk much about it. I mean, it's those time of comics you read once in a while, or sometimes you just read once and just put it down. I didn't find the storytelling very interesting. Next comic is very, very interesting. The Micronauts, The New Voyage, issue number 4. And I didn't unbox or read this. I haven't read this yet, so I can't judge anything, because this comic could be worth a lot. And the reason I know that is because this comic released in 1984, the 80s, which makes it at least 38 to 40 years old. I can't say it's pretty cool, but it's pretty good that I picked it up at a decent price, like for probably $5. And I just happened to walk by a second-hand store, and this was there, and I found this at half the price. This I found in Nairobi in Kenya. I found this, and this was like, I was just remember looking through the mall comics, and I was like, oh my god, a classic one. I don't think you can find this anywhere else unless you try really hard, or you have to go and find these for at least more than just $5. For those of you who watch Multiverse of Madness, I'm sure by now you know America Chavez. Yep, in this comic she teams up with the X-Men. So this is America issue number 3, and I love this comic so much. It's so colorful. I just love the tone of this comic. The artwork is so smooth, and hopefully we get to see America Chavez team up with the X-Men in the MCU. It's a cool storyline. This is one of my favorites. Now this is a very big comic, The Amazing Spider-Man. This is like at least 40-50 pages. This is issue number 49. I love the cover of this. You have all the Spider-Man villains here: Goblin, Rhino, Sandman, Venom, everyone else, Chameleon, Craven, Doc Ock, Lizard. This is a very average comic. I don't really find anything excited about this except Goblin. He's a pretty cool villain and I love him. So at the back we get a Chadwick Boseman tribute, which is amazing. I'm not giving this comic to anyone, I'm sorry. Now I have Marvel Knights X-Men issue number 4 out of 5. This has great storytelling, by the way, and the way they handle characters in this issue is just amazing. Wolverine, all that stuff. The artwork is pretty good as well. This is 3 comics in one. Superhero Spectacular issue number 1, and in this we have The Amazing Spider-Man versus Doc Ock first fight, the first appearance of Doc Ock, and we have Journey into Mystery, the first appearance of Thor, and we have The Avengers issue number 61, which is the first appearance of the Avengers Quinjet. So it's 3 classic comics in one, 3 historic comics in one. This is pretty neat. I got this from IMG, so go get yourself at IMG. You'll find one of these. It's amazing. Superior Spectacular issue number 1. You can check out whichever issues are there. So the Avengers and all that stuff. It's really classic. Really classic. Here comes my most favorite Marvel comic of all time, the Infinity Gauntlet. This is a historic comic book. I just love the storyline. Thanos was so dangerous. Thanos and Mephisto team up. Just the artwork of this comic. It's a masterpiece. I love it. This is colorful and awesome and visually engaging storytelling. I just love it. It's dark but so colorful, and I love this comic so much. This is one comic that will always be close to my heart. I'm going to be going really fast with these. These are Gotham Comics. So some of you don't know what Gotham Comics is. It's an India-based company. They started selling comic books for like at a cheap price at smaller sizes, so that it's easier to buy and easy to carry wherever you want with you. Daredevil and the Marvel Knights. Yeah, we have Fantastic Four, my favorite team, and then we have Ultimate Spider-Man. This is based off Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I don't know how to explain, but you'll get the reference once you're reading the comic. Another Fantastic Four comic. Elektra the Hand. Those of you who watched the Daredevil show know the end. Wolverine, and we have another Spider-Man comic. So that was it. That was my collection for 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully, I can do this every year with a growing comic book collection. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And peace.